Hi everybody, this is Shahryar Shahid and you're watching All of Your Business. In All of Your Business, we talk about your favorite topics about economy with our guest, Mr. Mitab Haider. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum assalam.
How are you, sir?
I am fine.
Sir, today you're looking very young.
Thank you very much.
Sir, I would like to ask you first question, and that is, government has approved finally after the cabinet committee's meeting. Government has approved printing of 4 notes with new designs, rupees 100, 5,000, 1,000 and 500. So when we should expect them to replace the old notes? And again, my very innocent question for the audience. In fact, one of our audiences asked this question in the comment box, that what would happen to the old notes? If we have the old notes, are they going to be replaced, or we can get them replaced with the banks?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much for having me. First of all, the ECC granted its assent, and then the federal cabinet has granted its approval for new notes of rupees 100, 500, 1,000 and 5,000. These notes will be issued in this calendar year. Probably it will be launched or unveiled within the ongoing financial year before 30th June.
Right.
The old notes will be replaced,
Right.
but the government will give sufficient time to get it replaced. It will not be abundant or replaced in one go or on immediate basis. So there will be an ample time to replace the old notes, and these new notes will have more security features. It will eliminate the counterfeit and the fake currency. At the moment, more than 10 trillion rupees currency is in circulation.
Right.
So of course it will take certain time, and the State Bank of Pakistan, when it's going to launch the new notes, it will give the time frame to replace the old notes.
Right. Thank you so much, sir.
So there shouldn't be worry. No one should be worried that what will happen to the old notes.
Right.
There will be an ample time to replace it.
There's nothing to worry about.
Of course.
Okay. Sir, my next question to you is this. Pakistan needs 566 billion US dollars to meet climate targets. Sir, what does this mean? What does the climate target mean? It is we are going to mitigate, or we are getting ready for the upcoming natural disasters, God forbid?
Actually, these are the gaps which have been estimated. Pakistan is the victim of the climate. We are not the major source of carbon emissions. So this is the gap to build a required ecosystem to ensure avoidance of environmental degradation. It will help to restore the required infrastructure and to mitigate or to reduce the future risks.
Right.
So it is the estimated gap which requires to build upon the required infrastructure to mitigate or improve the climate issue. And IMF has also approved a PIMA, a document under which for all future infrastructure related investment, it will be induced to ensure avoidance of the future risks on climate issues.
Right. Sir, do you think there are challenges for Pakistan this time?
Of course there are challenges, because we are the victims. We are not the source, but the international community is not fulfilling its international or due obligations. Pakistan cannot meet $566 billion requirements from its own resources.
Absolutely.
It requires help from the international community, and international community is not fulfilling its due obligations.
Right.
So it's a challenge for Pakistan.
Right. So, next question is a bit very sad one, but power users in Pakistan, they will be continue paying that surcharge. Sir, can you let our audience know what does this mean in simpler words and how it will affect the consumers?
Actually, the government of Pakistan has generated or raised over 1.2 trillion rupees to raise circular debt. And this is the due obligation because they have raised this money from the banks. So there is a cost attached to it. So with the approval of the IMF, they imposed a surcharge which will continue for next 5 to 6 years period. For the next calendar, it will remain to the same level of 3.223 per unit. So it will be calculated, collected from the consumers, and this surcharge will continue to be collected from the customers until and unless the whole obligation is being paid, and it will be paid through this surcharge, and it will remain a burden on power sector consumers.
Right. So, does that mean that we are going to see extra charges in our bills?
Of course, it will persist because it was agreed with the IMF, and it will continue to persist over the next 5 years period as well.
Right. So, do you think in the future we are going to see any relief in this?
Actually, it will depend that how much the government is going to pay the overall the principal amount as well as the interest payment. If the interest rates reduces, this overall surcharge will also recede or reduced.
Right, right.
So it will depend upon the overall macroeconomic environment in which we Pakistanis are living.
And sir, that's a long way to go? Or
Of course, 5 to 6 years period is a long period.
Till then we have to face this.
Of course.
Okay. So, sir, PRA plans to bring long-standing non-taxpayers into TaxNet in Punjab one.
Actually, there is a need to ascertain the overall tax to GDP contribution of both the federal as well as the provincial government. Our tax to GDP ratio, FBR's tax to GDP ratio at federal level stands at 10.33%, keeping in view the collection in the last financial year. But provinces are contributing only 0.8% in terms of GDP in overall fiscal framework of the country. And that's why provinces' major reliance is on the federal divisible pool under the National Finance Commission award. That means, that the provinces are dependent upon the revenues provided by the federal government to the provinces under the NFC award. So it is very important that the provinces who have a major taxes in its jurisdiction, for instance, GST on services is the provincial domain, agriculture income tax is the provincial domain, property tax is the provincial domain, as well as some other taxes are the provincial domain. So there is a dire need that the provinces must accelerate the process to broaden their tax base, and it is the best thing which has been done by the Punjab Revenue Authority. Sindh Revenue Authority is also doing good on account of GST on services, but all other provinces, especially KP and Balochistan, will have to accelerate this process to broaden the tax base as well as collect and maximize their revenue collection. That means their reliance on the NFC will reduce, and we are expecting that the NFC negotiations are going to commence in next few weeks period. So it is very important that the provinces and the provincial revenue authorities must contribute and maximize their revenue efforts.
Sir, this is a very great step towards accountability and tax collection, province by province. But do you think it's going to be challenging for the provincial administration to do it?
Of course, because in the aftermath of 18th Amendment, they have established their provincial revenue authorities. Now, I think more than one decade period has they have passed through. Now they are doing capacity building of their provincial revenue authorities. Their contribution is increasing, but I have already informed you that their overall contribution in terms of GDP is meager and standing at less than 1%. So they have the major taxes and they have the jurisdiction of the major taxes, so they can contribute a lot, and there is a lot of room for improvement.
Right. Thank you so much, sir.
Always welcome.
This was all for today. If you want us to discuss some specific topic, some topic that resonates with you regarding economy, do let us know in the comments. This is Shahryar signing off.